If you're over 50 and your knees complain when you stand up, your hips feel tighter every year, or your balance isn't what it used to be, I want you to imagine something with me for a moment. Imagine waking up, planting your feet on the floor, and standing up without pushing off your thighs. Imagine walking up the stairs without pulling on the railing. Imagine feeling steady when you step off a curb, instead of hoping your legs catch you in time. Now, what if I told you that one simple, low-impact movement you can do at home in under 5 minutes a day could help move you closer to that reality? Not a workout program, not a gym membership, not a complicated routine, just one intelligent, grounded exercise, the sumo squat. In this video, we're going to explore what really happens when you practice the sumo squat every day after 50 and why it might become one of the most valuable daily habits you build for strength, balance, and confidence. You'll learn how it wakes up muscles aging quietly turns off, why it trains your body to react before you fall, how it gently boosts metabolism, especially around the hips and waist, the surprising way it supports your heart and circulation, and how this single movement can rebuild your confidence from the ground up. Then I'll show you exactly how to do it safely, including simple modifications and who should be careful. So, if you're ready to move smarter, not harder, stick with me to the end, because this might be the daily ritual your body has been waiting for. Why one simple squat matters so much after 50. We talk a lot about staying active after 50. We're told to walk more, to move more, to not sit all day. And walking is wonderful. It absolutely has a place in a healthy life. But there's another side to the story. As we move through our 50 seconds, 60 seconds and beyond, something else is happening quietly inside the body. Certain muscles start to shrink. Joint support weakens. Reaction time slows. Balance becomes less reliable. Not because you're lazy, not because you're doing anything wrong, but because the body, without a clear signal to stay strong, starts to turn down the volume on muscles it doesn't use. This process is called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, and it tends to hit some areas first. Inner thighs, glutes, your buttocks, deep hip stabilizers. These are the muscles that help you stand up smoothly, change direction with control, step off a curb without wobbling, stay upright if you stumble. And here's the problem. Most of our modern habits don't challenge those muscles. We sit in soft chairs that support our backs. We walk, but mostly in straight lines and at the same speed. We use elevators and escalators instead of stairs. We grab handrails and push off our thighs whenever we stand. Over time, your brain gets a quiet message. These muscles aren't needed much. And the body responds, okay, I'll save energy. I'll let them weaken. And 7 mollicers and pertivsis splattered. The sumo squat is a small, simple way to send the opposite message. Benefit 1. It wakes up muscles aging quietly shuts down. The first thing that happens when you start doing sumo squats daily is this. Muscles that have been off duty start reporting for work again. Unlike a regular, narrow stance squat, the sumo squat asks you to place your feet wider than shoulder width, turn your toes slightly outward, lower your hips between your legs instead of straight behind you. This position does something very special. It recruits muscles that normal walking barely touches. That includes adductors, inner thigh muscles that help control how your knees move toward and away from each other. Glute medius and glute minimus, side hip muscles essential for balance. Deep hip stabilizers, small, often forgotten muscles that keep the femur, thigh bone, centered in the hip joint. These aren't show muscles, they're safety muscles. They're the ones that stop your knees from collapsing inward, help your hips stay steady when you stand on one leg, share the load so your knees and lower back don't take all the strain. When you move into a wide, grounded sumo stance and lower yourself with control, your body suddenly goes, oh, these muscles are needed again. And when you repeat that message consistently day after day, your nervous system and muscles respond. Muscle fibers begin to strengthen. Your brain rediscovers how to recruit them. Joint pressure spreads more evenly. That's why, after just a week or two, many people notice. Standing up from a chair feels smoother. The knees complain less on stairs. The hips feel less rusty and more alive. And that's only the beginning. Benefit 2. It trains your body to catch itself before you fall. Let's talk about something many people over 50 quietly worry about. Falling. Maybe you've noticed it. You hesitate on uneven ground. You grab walls or furniture just in case. You feel unsteady when you turn quickly. Falling isn't just a scary thought, it's one of the leading causes of injury and loss of independence in older adults. But here's what most people don't realize. Avoiding all risk doesn't always prevent falls. Training your body to react faster and smarter does. That's where sumo squats are incredibly valuable. In a wide, low stance, your body is challenged in a very specific way. Your center of gravity is lower. Your base of support is wider. Multiple muscles around your hips, knees, and ankles must work together to keep you steady. This challenges something called proprioception, your body's internal GPS. It tells your brain where your body is in space, how fast it's moving, whether you're starting to lean or tilt. Normal walking doesn't challenge this system much. It's predictable and repetitive. But when you practice sumo squats, your nervous system has to pay attention. Every rep is like a tiny balance rehearsal, especially when you lower with control, pause at the bottom, then press up firmly through your heels. You're teaching your body how to stay aligned when you're lower to the ground. Use your hips and core to keep you centered. React quickly if you start to tip one way or the other. Over time, that can show up in very practical ways. Putting on socks while standing becomes easier. Turning to look behind you feels more stable. Stepping off a curb or into a bus feels less risky. You're not just getting stronger, you're training your body to catch itself before a fall even happens. Benefit 3. It gently reignites a slowing metabolism. Now let's talk about something a lot of people feel, but rarely say out loud. I'm eating about the same, but my belly just keeps growing. As we age, metabolism naturally slows down. Hormones change, muscle mass declines, and the body becomes less efficient at burning energy. A lot of people try to fix this with long cardio sessions, intense, high-impact workouts, strict diets that are hard to maintain. But there's another, quieter approach. Wake up the big muscle groups. Your hips, thighs, and glutes are some of the most powerful engines in your body. When you use them in a focused, deliberate way, they demand more energy not just during the movement, but throughout the day. The sumo squat does this beautifully, without needing speed or impact. Because of the wide stance, deeper knee bend, engagement of core and hips, you're asking many large muscle groups to share the work. Quadriceps, front of the thigh, hamstrings, back of the thigh, glutes, inner thighs, deep core muscles. That teamwork creates a gentle but meaningful increase in energy demand. Over time, practicing sumo squats helps preserve and rebuild lower body muscle, supports a slightly higher metabolic rate, encourages better blood sugar control and energy use. And because the position naturally engages the deep core, especially when you keep your chest tall and your belly gently braced, it can also contribute to a firmer, more supported midsection from the inside out. Not a six-pack, a solid center you can rely on. You might notice clothes fitting a bit more comfortably, less heaviness through the middle, more lightness and stamina in your day. All from a movement that takes a couple of minutes, no equipment, and no jumping. Kick break, let's stay connected. Before we move on, I want to pause and say this. If you're here, watching this, you're already doing something powerful for yourself. You're not just letting age happen to you, you're asking, what can I do? That mindset matters more than you know. If you'd like more videos like this, simple, safe, and specifically designed for people over 50, take a moment to subscribe to the channel, tap the notification bell so you don't miss new videos. And if this is resonating with you so far, type 9 in the comments. It tells us that this kind of content is valuable, and it helps us keep creating it for you and for others just like you. All right, let's keep going. Benefit 4. It supports heart health without leaving you gasping. When we think of heart health, we often picture jogging, cycling, fast walking, workout classes that leave us breathless. Those can be useful tools, but they're not always realistic or safe for every heart, especially after 60 or 70. The sumo squat offers a different, more accessible way to support your heart. Here's how. When you lower into a squat, even a shallow one, and then stand back up, your large leg and hip muscles demand more oxygen. Your heart responds by pumping more efficiently. Blood flow increases through your lower body. This is cardiovascular training, just at a different pace. You may not be panting. You may not be dripping in sweat, but your heart and blood vessels are working in a productive, manageable way. And because sumo squats are slow, controlled, low impact, you get many of the benefits of movement without spiking your heart rate to uncomfortable levels, putting extreme pressure on your joints, overwhelming your system. There's another piece too, breathing. When you perform sumo squats with steady, conscious breathing, inhale as you prepare, exhale as you press up through your heels. You're helping to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and restore branch that helps. Lower stress. Reduce excessive tension. Support healthier blood pressure patterns. Less stress on the body equals less stress on the heart. Some people describe a short sumo squat session as feeling like, I went on a little walk but never left my living room. That's the beauty of low-impact strength work that engages the whole body. Benefit 5. It rebuilds confidence from the ground up. Now we come to something we don't talk about enough. Not muscle, not joints, not even the heart. Confidence. As we age, many people experience a quiet shift. You start to doubt your legs. You hesitate before standing. You question whether you can handle certain stairs, curbs, or walks. Little by little, the world feels smaller, not always because your body can't, but because your mind isn't sure it's safe to try. This is where the sumo squat becomes more than just an exercise. It becomes a signal. Every time you place your feet wide, lower yourself down under control, hold steady, and stand back up using your own strength, you send a message to your nervous system. I still have power. I can still support myself. My legs are still mine. Even if at first you only lower a few inches. Even if you use a chair for safety, even if your thighs shake. Progress might look like needing less help to stand from a couch, using your hands less on the table to push up, feeling less nervous on stairs or uneven ground. These are not small victories. These are the victories that protect your independence. In many traditional cultures, including in parts of Japan, aging isn't about stepping aside from movement. It's about adjusting movement so it remains doable, nourishing, and meaningful at every stage of life. The sumo squat fits beautifully into that philosophy. No ego, no competition, just a grounded, respectful conversation with your body. Can we move here today? Good, let's keep that. How to do the sumo squat safely and simply. Now that we've explored the why, let's walk through the how. You don't need equipment, just a bit of space. A stable surface nearby like a chair or countertop if you'd like support, and comfortable shoes or bare feet on a non-slippery floor. Step-by-step sumo squat. Set your stance. Stand tall with your feet wider than shoulder width apart. Turn your toes slightly outward, about 20-30 degrees, wherever feels natural. Let your arms relax by your sides or reach them slightly forward for balance. Engage your center. Gently brace your core as if you're zipping up snug pants. Keep your chest lifted. Imagine a string gently drawing your breastbone up. Begin the movement. Start by sending your hips slightly back as if you're reaching for a low, wide stool behind you. Bend your knees and lower your body with control. Keep your knees tracking in the same direction as your toes not collapsing inward. Find your depth. Only go as low as feels safe and controlled. For some, that might be just a small bend in the knees. For others, it might be until the thighs are close to parallel with the floor. Pause and feel. Hold the bottom position for a brief moment. Feel the work in your thighs, hips, and glutes, not in your lower back. Rise with intention. Press through your heels, gently squeezing your glutes as you stand. Exhale as you rise. Return to your tall starting position. That's 1 repetition. How many should you do? Start with 3-5 repetitions if you're new or feeling unsure. Gradually build up to 10-15 reps as your strength and confidence improve. You can do 1-3 sets per day, depending on your energy and comfort. This can take less than 5 minutes. Simple safety tips. If balance is a concern, place a sturdy chair behind you. You can lightly touch it with your hips at the bottom of the squat or even sit down fully between reps. If your knees are sensitive, stay in a smaller range of motion. Even partial squats can be incredibly effective. Move slowly. There's no prize for speed. The benefit comes from control, not rushing. Breathe. Inhale as you prepare, exhale as you rise. Who should be cautious or modify? The sumo squat is safe for many people, but a few groups should be especially careful. Anyone with recent knee, hip, or back surgery, people with severe joint pain or advanced arthritis, those with hip or knee replacements, unless cleared by their doctor or therapist. Anyone who struggles to stand or balance even with support, if that sounds like you, talk with your doctor or physical therapist before starting. Consider supported variations, for example, holding onto a countertop and doing very shallow squats. Or begin with other gentler exercises, first like seated leg work, and return to sumo squats later. Your safety always comes first. Progress is only progress if it doesn't push you into injury. What really happens if you do sumo squats every day? Let's bring this all together. If you commit to this one simple movement most days of the week, even for just a few minutes, here's what can begin to shift over time. Muscles wake up. Inner thighs, glutes, and hip stabilizers start pulling their weight again. Joints feel more supported. Knees and hips don't have to carry all the load alone. Balance gets sharper. Your body becomes quicker at reacting to small wobbles and missteps. Metabolism gets a nudge. Big muscles working equals more energy demand and better daily stamina. Heart and circulation benefit. Gentle, repeated effort encourages healthier blood flow without overwhelming your system. Confidence grows. Each time you lower and rise on your own, you prove to yourself, I'm still capable. I'm still in this. And perhaps the most important part, you send a clear, repeated message to your body. I'm not giving up on you. I'm still investing. I still expect you to move, to carry me, to let me live fully. And the body, even in its 50 seconds, 60 seconds, 70 seconds, and beyond listens. Your next step, you don't have to overhaul your life. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to begin. Here's my invitation. Choose a time today, maybe after breakfast, or before you sit down to watch TV tonight. Stand up, set your feet wide, and gently try 3-5 sumo squats with whatever range of motion feels safe. That's it. That's your start. Then if you feel okay tomorrow, do it again. Let it become a small, daily message to yourself. I'm still here. I'm still showing up. If this video gave you something useful, I'd love to hear from you. Which part of the sumo squat do you feel your body needs most strength, balance, or confidence? Will you try it this week? Let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like more gentle, powerful tools to age strong and independent, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode from True Senior Healthness. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Stay strong, stay grounded, and never stop showing up for yourself one quiet, powerful squat at a time.